Luzhou in China. 2 matches complete, 3 more to come this afternoon. Next on court will be men's singles. Then we'll have women's doubles, and our last match this afternoon, men's doubles. There's confirmation of the lineup. The 3-time defending champion A-Chong of Malaysia against the gold medalist from the Southeast Asian Games just 2 or 3 weeks ago, Simon Santoso. Then the world champions in the women's doubles, Wang Xiaoli and Yu Yang, up against the former world number ones Chen Wen-Sing and Chen Yu-Chin of Taipei. And then the last of the matches, men's doubles, and Hashimoto and Hirata of Japan up against Kaiyun and Fu Haifeng, who yesterday had a surprise defeat against their teammates Chai Biao and Guo Zhendong. Well, the other Group A women's singles encounter is currently taking place on court number 2, and it's an absolute marathon opening game between Juliana Schenk and Sang Jae-hyung of Korea. I can tell you it's 27-all in that opening game. But we should expect some fireworks coming on to our centre court, because it is the 3-time defending champion, the current world number 1, A-Chong of Malaysia, up against Indonesia's Simon Santoso. Greg Velicott, umpire from Australia. This encounter. So Simon Santoso has won the toss, and he says he wants to serve. I'm not sure I get that nowadays with the players choosing serve, because there's always a difference in ends. In any big arena there's going to be a natural air current and flow of the air, and therefore there's going to be a slight difference in ends, even if there's a tiny difference as far as the drift is concerned. There will be a difference, and seeing as nowadays you can score whether you're serving or not, I certainly would always choose ends rather than to serve, I think, in any match. But there we go. It's just a personal opinion.
Could be that that actually Chong Wei chose the end first, and he was asking Simon whether he wanted to serve or receive. It's another possibility. It's still a choice for the other player. Chong Wei chooses ends. Simon has the choice of whether to serve or receive.
Yeah, but in this instant, I'm sure it was Simon who said red, and it was red, so he had the choice. But you're right, absolutely, you can choose to, if your opponent's obviously chosen the end, then you can choose to serve or receive. Very rarely, I think, has I ever seen a player who said, when they've won the toss, I don't want to serve, and I'll let my opponent choose ends. So in other words, I'll choose to receive. That would be a new one in our book, wouldn't it?
I'm sure it's been done. Maybe we haven't seen it. I'm sure somebody's thought of it. Just to throw all the pressure on the opponent. Psychological mind games.
Absolutely.
I don't want to do anything. What do you want to do?
Well, as far as Simon Santoso is concerned, the 26-year-old from Central Java in Indonesia. Superseries ranking for the 12 tournaments of 10, having only played 9 Super Series events. Because, of course, he missed the Hong Kong event because of the Southeast Asian Games. A-Chong quite clearly #1 on the Super Series ranking. Quite clearly #1 on the world ranking also. Outstanding player. In fact, this year, 13 tournaments, 11 finals. Having won 7 of them. But he had a spell after the World Championships of 2010 when he lost in the quarterfinal to another Indonesian player, Taufik Hidayat. A-Chong then reached the final of the next 17 tournaments he played. 14 consecutive months of reaching every tournament final. Every tournament you've played, that really is quite remarkable. Puts him in the list with the likes of Ed Moses in the 400 hurdles and Jahangir Khan in squash, and I think he remained undefeated or reaching every final for 5 years or something just absolutely extraordinary. But it does make him a very, very special athlete, A-Chong. Now yesterday, if you were with us, you will have seen A-Chong defeat Sho Sasaki. Needed 3 games to do it, 52 minutes for his 21-11, 18-21, 21-12 in the deciding game, his victory over the left-handed Japanese player. Simon Santoso yesterday was defeated by Peter Gader. Peter Gader, the veteran Dane, who celebrated his 35th birthday yesterday. And he celebrated in style with a 21-13, 21-9 victory over Simon Santoso.
Yeah, there's that change of tempo. A couple of clip drops, a couple of cut drops. And the jump and the early interception. Change of pace.
Overdone it.
Good defense from Simon there. Simon a little bit guilty of a passive start here. Chong able to use a lot of variety because he's getting a lot of time at the moment.
Yes, it has to be said though that the Indonesian does have a very relaxed persona about him. Easy, relaxed hitting style. And therefore sometimes he comes across as a bit passive, doesn't he? But he's a very intelligent player.
He's a very talented player.
Yeah.
He reads the game well, normally reads the direction, picks up the direction of the shuttle very early. But in this game, you'd have to say at the moment, he's just giving Chong too many chances to get early on the net. and he's forced into the higher lifts, and as we see there, Chong Wei very efficient when he's got time in the rear court. He needs to shut down Chong Wei's time a little bit, maybe go a little bit flatter in defence, keep Chong Wei off the net position, make Chong Wei work a bit harder for his attacking opportunities.
Psychologically, I think he's up against it as well here, because this is the 8th meeting between these two players, and Simon Santoso has only beaten Lee Chong Wei once. You have to go back to 2009, the Japan Open, for that.
That's a miss hit. Maybe the drift there just accounting for that. Chong Wei playing high, giving himself good margin, shuttle drifting a little bit left to right. Simon completely mistiming it. That's better. Got behind the shuttle quickly. Hold it down with a nice angle. Chong Wei forced to take the shuttle from low down, made the error.
Just overdone it.
10.
Six career titles for this man, but only one Super Series. That was the 2009 Denmark Open.
Service over 11-7.
And the most successful man in the history of the Super Series, Lee Chong Wei, has a 4-point advantage at the mid-game interval. Get to really come alive, this encounter.
Yeah, Chong Wei started quickly, built up a little lead, and then you just felt he was just relaxing towards the end of that first half of the game. 1 or 2 errors creeping in.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds. Eleven, 7. Play.
Yeah, 7 earlier on the net that time. Chong Wei forced to use the defensive lift and just not finding his range. Yeah, there's the difference. When he gets early, he's got great touch around the net. Simon not able to control the spin on that shuttle. Here we see it. Simon takes it late. Chong Wei early on the net. Good spin, little net cord as well.
Oh, that is brilliant. Goodness me. Disguise and precision.
Yeah, beautifully controlled. Didn't hit it too hard, guided it into the corner. See it here, how precise it was. change in tempo, change in direction. Simon scurrying across it defensively, trying to cover the straight attack. Chong Wei choosing centre.
Service over. 9-15.
That's wild. Not quite in position.
9.
Santo's that.
17.
Yeah.
9.
Signs of frustration in his game, aren't they? I know he's a very laid-back character and nice easy style, nice relaxed man around the court, but at the moment showing definite signs of frustration.
Oh my goodness!
Great reactions.
Yeah.
Simon got the tumbling net shot in. Must have felt he'd won the rally. Comes back. Great net from Simon. Taps it off the net. Normally that's a winner, but not against Chong Wei. That was better. Simon stepped in, took that noticeably earlier on the net, flicked it into the rear court, forced Chong Wei to turn and play the defensive backhand. Here we see it, really attacks the net. Gets in early, forces the error.
That's the danger of hitting cross court in singles.
That's a gamble. Opens up all of his court. Chong Wei, simple straight block, wins the day.
Game point.
He just hasn't put Lee Chong Wei under enough pressure. And now Lee Chong Wei has cruised to 10 game points.
Game. First game won by
21-10.
21-10.
Just 13 minutes of play. Well, must be difficult for Simon Santoso after his disappointment yesterday against Peter Gader. Because prior to yesterday, he'd beaten the Dane previous to that, but once again today, Simon Santoso is in trouble.
Yeah, doesn't look as though he's come on with a clear strategy, does it? He's just come on, moving the shuttle around, passive in his approach. Really needs to try and take the initiative, particularly on the front of the court. He's a very talented front court player, good net, good touch around the net, nice variety. He needs to take some chance in that area and take the initiative away from Chong Wei. So at the moment, if Chong Wei keeps his concentration, he looks on for a relatively comfortable straight sets victory.
Simon.
Well, I think Lee Chong-wei will have to be a little bit cautious, because I thought, exactly as you've just said, that he looks to be cruising, and looks to be on for a fairly comfortable straight game victory, because I thought that yesterday when he had taken the opening game 21-11 against Sho Suzaki. I thought, oh, the Malaysian is cruising, and he ended up going to 3 games.
Yeah, let's see if he's learnt his lesson, because he definitely eased off, didn't he, yesterday?
Yeah.
Let's see what he's learnt from it.
It's interesting you should say that it didn't look as if Simon Santoso had come onto court with a real strategy, a real tactical plan. Of course, he has got a coach here, but I know that back in Indonesia, PBSI, their national federation of badminton, that's a marvellous shot, have employed Lee Mao as a coach, and I'm just wondering whether Simon Santoso, do you know if he's working with Lee Mao now back home in Jakarta?
Yeah, Lee Mao's working in the national centre, working with the men's singles group, the national men's singles group, but so far they haven't taken him to travel. He's been very much the training centre coach, in charge of daily training as opposed to the tournament play. Probably a language issue there, I would suggest. Lee Mao, Chinese speaking.
But it's interesting because Lee Mao, obviously originally from China, and has also coached Lee Chong-wei, of course. Then he moved to Korea, coached the top Korean players, and now is Indonesia.
Yeah.
Highly rated coach, obviously.
Yeah, very experienced. Worked with a lot of the top men's singles players around. But as I say, you know, when you've got 1 minute to get your message over, if you speak in different languages, it's tricky. I know they've taken another foreign coach in Won Tak Meng, who's working more with the ladies singles group, but they've also used him as a little bit of a translator for Lee Mao. He's taken that role as well because he does speak both Bahasa and Chinese. That's good play. Better again, stepped in, took it early, flicked the shuttle in behind Chong-wei on that backhand side, created some time for himself, used it well.
Totally mistimed the shot there, Lee Chong-wei. It's all good. And back level.
Yeah, and again you have to say, Chong-wei just letting the tempo of the game drop a little bit. When the tempo's high, he looks in control, he's got good rhythm. But here, just the pace is drifting out of the game. And once you give a player of Simon's talent a little bit of time, of course he produces good shots.
Good judgment.
Just long, but again, just signs Chong-wei a little bit passive again there. Very much a one-piece rally, which gave Simon a couple of opportunities to get behind the shuttle.
Big 5.
Change of tactics. Aiming the smash right at Simon Santoso.
Service over. 6-all.
Good net shot.
Yeah, again, Chong Wei taking the shuttle late. That allows Simon time to get on top of the net. As I say, he's a very talented player when he's got time on the shuttle. Suggested in the break that he needs to get early on the net. When he does, we can see what a good player he is there. That's an error.
7-8.
Game. Simon got in, played good net. Chong Wei playing the high defensive lift. That was an easy error, really.
Yeah, it's a good angle.
Service over. 9-7.
Yeah, but it is awfully reminiscent of yesterday, isn't it, with Lee Chong Wei? Superb in the opening game, and then just foot off the pedal a little bit. 231. That's just over 143 miles per hour.
Again, first game, maybe just a little bit too easy. Certainly the intensity's gone out of the game. Centre smash. Chong Wei knows Simon Santoso very well, of course, and Simon Santoso's lifting up into that forehand corner. He's anticipating straight attack, and he's sort of drifting a little bit to straight defence, and Chong Wei bringing the shuttle back into the centre a lot there, catching him off guard. Nice touch.
That's lovely.
Change of pace, change of angle.
Just a little loose, really.
Yeah, just let it go over his shoulder, didn't he? Didn't step out and intercept the shuttle, let the shuttle drift over him. Happy to take it late. Paid the penalty. pace again here, wants that lead, and he's got it. Visibly increased the tempo of that exchange. Got up early, didn't let the shuttle go over him into the rear court.
It's his pace to the shuttle and how he takes the shuttle earlier that you're talking about, rather than pace of a smash or something like that. And I always find this a little confusing when we're seeing replays of the same player from opposite ends of the court.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds.
He's not that quick to play against himself.
Well, on his day, he maybe fancy his chances. He is quick.
It certainly is, there's no doubt in that.
It was an old stage act, wasn't it? Vaudeville days, badminton as a supporting act on the stage. Running around the net, playing singles against themselves.
Barani still does it in tennis exhibition matches, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Lob, jumps over the net, plays the lob back to himself and jumps the net again.
Yeah, in the early days of badminton, there were one or two famous names that played badminton on stage for money.
My goodness, hasn't the game moved on since then? Look at the athletic and dynamic style of badminton nowadays. Now it's played as a profession, as a sport. Far, far more than a stage show now.
It's still nice to see the top players, when they do play one or two exhibitions though, coming out with some new trick shots. Peter Gader in particular, he's got one or two of his own specials. Yeah, He's definitely up the tempo again, hasn't he?
Yeah, no question.
Doesn't want to make the same mistake as yesterday. Yeah, here we go.
This is a run of 6 straight points now. Good net shot.
Missed it. That's a good shot.
8 straight points.
Yeah, definitely learnt his lesson from yesterday. Doesn't want to set a game. It's a bit ambitious. Wasn't quite behind that, still moving back as he hit it. Still went for the winner. Great net, short lift. Again, centre finish.
18-11.
A-Chong just toying with his opponent in that rally.
Again, the difference was. Took the shuttle a little bit later in the rear court, and she gives Simon time. That's why he's in the top 8 in the world. Good length.
A-Chong doesn't like the call. No, that was plumb on the line.
Yeah, good call.
So too was that.
Yeah, that was in. We've got a good view of that. That was on the line as well.
19.
And he's looking towards the giant screen. So too is the umpire.
He's not going to get his replay this time. Or maybe he is. We'll see it's in though. Yeah. No way the umpire can overrule it. That's the furthest point away from him.
That time it was out. A-Chong having a little bit of a joke with the line judge. No question. Little smile. Well saved.
Good angle, good attack.
This time, second match point opportunity in the era from Simon Santoso. A-Chong records his second victory of the group. 21-10, 21-15 his margin of victory over Indonesia's Simon Santoso. 33 minutes needed to secure that win. So 2 matches played for the #1 seed and 2 victories